So, hello, my dear students. Today we are going to take up this poem, A Thing of Beauty, by the veteran, by the famous and well-known English romantic poet, John Keats. He is one of the stalwarts of romantic movement, along with William Wordsworth, P.B. Shelley, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, like that. So he was not well recognized, his works, his life was very short, but his works are very delightful, enchanting. They were not very popular in those days, but after his death, his popularity gained fame. This very famous quotation, A Thing of Beauty is a joy forever, a common quotation in English language, used in different languages, is taken from his very famous book, Endymion. Endymion is a poem, long poem, dealing with romance, that is a poetic romance. Endymion. The name is, you can say, taken from the Greek legend or mythology, where a shepherd named Endymion falls in love with a goddess, moon goddess, Cynthia, as it is here. So that is the poem, and these famous lines are the opening stanzas of that very poem, which is treated as an epic romance. You know, epic, like Ramayana and Mahabharata, epic, great tales. So this is the great poem, part of a great poem. A Thing of Beauty, these are the stanzas of a great poem. Is that clear? You can read about the poet and about the poem. I have given you some idea. Now we will take up this poem. I'll give you a reading, because in audio versions you will not be able to follow because of the pronunciations, American and other things. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness, but will keep a bower quiet for us, and a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. Therefore, on every morrow, we are wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth, spite of despondence of the inhuman dearth of noble natures. Sorry, in spite of despondence of the inhuman dearth of noble natures, of the gloomy days, of all the unhealthy and over-darkened ways made for our searching, yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall from our dark spirits, such as the sun, the moon, trees old and young, sprouting a shady boon for simple sheep, and such are daffodils, with a green world they living, and clear rails that for themselves a cooling covert make against the hot season and mid-forest break, rich with a sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms, and such too is the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead, all lovely tales that we have heard or read, an endless fountain of immortal drink pouring onto us from the heavens brink. This is the poem. Just beautiful things give us perennial pleasure. pleasure. So Keatsian views on beauty and its relevance, its value is highlighted here. He says that beauty has a tremendous power to provide eternal joy. It offers human beings constant opportunity to reflect on beauty in contrast to the stark negativism prevalent in modern day society, monotony, depressions, and like that, the word he uses, despondence, and dejection, gloomy days, dark days, sad days, lack of noble natures, shortage of characters. So this he laments over. He presents it in a contrast. Beauty is in nature. Not only beauty like the physical objects, the sun, the moon, the daffodils. Daffodils are transitory flowers that live for only one day, blooms in the morning and fades away or withers in the afternoon. But it permeates all kinds of beauty, a feast for the eyes that has the glory, grandeur of the existence. So here he glorifies the grandeur of existence. Life may be short, but it must be purposeful. We must have some purpose, and we have to be inspired, live inspired, in spite of negativism, in spite of the depressions, in spite of the dejections, monotony, anxieties of modern life. Wherefrom we get this rejuvenation. Nature rejuvenates beautiful things, not only nature, not only the objects, physical objects in nature are beautiful, but beautiful are the works of art, the deeds of the noble persons, grandeur of the dooms, those persons who have the warriors, mighty warriors, their great tales. These are also included in beautiful things. They enchant us. They give us pleasure forever. Art and ideas of mighty warriors and their lovely tales. They are also amidst various guises. Beauty provides happiness. Just modern life is full of unremitting struggles, and amidst that, beauty provides us a respite, or you can say it unburdens us from the unhappy burdens. So, the nature with, he has described it, cooling covered. You have these poetic devices, so many poetic devices I told you, just alliteration, metaphor, anaphora, you can see when two lines, consecutive lines are beginning with the same word, like of noble natures, of all the unhealthy and over-darkened ways, there you can say anaphora. Rhyming is simple, A, B, B, C, C, forever, never, mark the first line, forever, never, keep, sleep, breathing, like that. Again you begin earth, dirt, days, ways, all, power, like that. So, this is the idea, this is the rhyme scheme. Imagery, you see, beautiful things are described like lying in a string. They are lined up in a string like that. So that is the visual imagery. We visualize things such as the moon, such the sun, the moon, trees old and young, sprouting a shady boon. Boon, just a gift, a very beneficial thing, shady boon. Just the covered hidden place that is very cooling and soothing. Soothing, comforting. Opposite is seething, painful. Like that, the word is covered. Opposite is overt, covered inside, hidden. Overt, open, outside. Like that. These are the things. So the poet has very he has used metaphorically and hyperbolically. Endless fountain, beauty is like an endless fountain, hyperbolical expressions, inversions. Inversion, when God orders a change. Are we reaching a flowery band? We are reaching a flowery band. So the poet has taken liberty of changing the word order for the poetic flow. Are we reaching a flowery band to bind us to the earth? We surround us, we connect to the earth for getting joy, for getting enjoyment in connection with nature. So modern man has gone far away from nature. It is very essential. The poet finally inspires us and gives us courage to fight against all odds in life. And one must preserve beautiful things. They are worth preserving because we need them for our inspiration, for our courage, for our pleasure. They are a constant source of pleasure in spite of everyday difficulties, anxieties, and other things. So Keats is relevant even today. So he established the idea that beauty is essential for human beings. So the poem is loaded with meaning, and the felicity, the beauty lies in the selection of words and the use of figures of speech. This is a very nice poem. I hope you will enjoy this. The MCQs and other things will be there for you. You can search the web. This is my idea. If you have any problem, consult me on my WhatsApp number. Thank you very much. So,